The ideas that gave birth to our nation are the ideas that our nation is resistant to right now, and we should talk about that all the time.
In a world where narratives are shaped by corporations and gatekeepers, independent voices matter more than ever. Badlands Media brings together citizen journalists, researchers, and independent thinkers.
The truth is triggering.
Question the narrative. Explore the facts.
It's authenticity, courage, resilience.
Search for the truth others won't.
It's not about being first or being right.
The information war is changing.
It's about being authentic.
Embrace the friction.
Embrace the friction.
Shut the f*** up.
Authentically antagonizing. Join the movement.
I'm going to say how I feel.
Follow Badlands Media.
This is about the future.
The Badlands. What are the Badlands? Explain those Badlands. That's a hell of a name.
He changed his shirt 3 times before he left. Tried on a smile that didn't
Everybody
fit
saves.
Watched
Everybody.
else like they
Even me?
Especially you.
You mean I just have to use a promo code to get the discount?
BB truly is an idiot.
He had to earn it anyway. Come as you are. That's who we're waiting for. You don't need a different face walking through that door. Come as you are. You were enough from the start. Soft disclosures for everybody.
Hi, fellas. What year is it?
Soft disclosures for everybody.
I'm sorry. It's always a treat seeing the new soft disclosure ads because I don't watch them before I load them into StreamYard here, and God, it gets me every time.
Somebody's having way too much fun.
Way too much fun. And I like how we have characters in our advertisements. DeLorean Zach, and I guess now we have BLM BB. Pretty great. What's up, guys? MAHA News here on Friday, June 12th. Oh, no. Very bad news on the sardine front. There has to be a major sardine shortage right now because my Wild Planet olive oil sardines are out everywhere.
That's
Did you know that, Nate?
catastrophic.
Absolutely catastrophic. I can't find them anywhere. And I had to, not even online, and I had to order cans of some brand I've never eaten before, and they were just really salty. They were okay. They'll get the job done, but these new sardines I have are just like salty sardines.
Dude,
salty
okay.
Sather over my sardine shortage.
Salted. Extra salty today because you couldn't get your normal. So check this out. The main cause of the sardine shortage is Morocco saw a 46% drop in their catch in 2024. And it looks like it's hitting us now.
Would say that again? Morocco,
46% drop. And so they halted
year?
frozen sardine exports in February of this year.
Oh, interesting. Did you just grok that real quick?
I did. Thank you, Grok.
Amazing. Thank you. I didn't know that at all. Is there a reason listed for their...
Let's see. Contributing factors: overfishing and climate change.
They're going to blame the climate change, huh?
Yeah. Pacific U.S. stocks remain collapsed, 95% decline since 2006. Probably since Mr. Jordan started consuming sardines. You are responsible for a 95% decline, Jordan.
So we don't have enough sardines because they're fishing too much.
Because of
I don't think they're fishing enough. I think it's the opposite.
You know what? And we're even going to be talking about that. The fishing thing. Did you see that in the lineup for today? We got some fishing news with Trump.
Cyberspeed says he sees it on stock at Costco. Well, there's about to be a sardine run at Costco, just like there was a toilet paper run during COVID. And I'm going to be the one rushing over there to stock up on some. Thanks, Cyberspeed. Appreciate that.
Coming to your Costco.
I ate them all. Starting the movement. Actually, I'm gonna have to spread some disinfo that sardines cause cancer or something to get people to
dissuade the
stop
public. It's too late, man. The secret sauce is out there.
Damn it. All right, guys. So on deck tonight, we've got let's just start off with this rumor going around here from Malone. He literally says it's a rumor. Breaking, very active rumor mill. Very active rumor mill currently with specifics from senior U.S. government employees that RFK Jr. will be leaving as Secretary of HHS in July after the 4th. Meeting was apparently held last Monday. Dr. Oz is going to head a transition team. And then Malone says it was reported widely and openly discussed during last Wednesday's congressional baseball game. HHS rapid response page came out and said basically fake news. Utterly false. I have no idea what this is about.
I am so confused.
Robert Malone being part of the breaking brigade on Twitter here, and this seems very high school-ish. You know?
Yeah.
Just spreading rumors, and we should know by now, anonymous source BS. Rumor mill going around, reported widely. I literally haven't seen anybody talk about that, but Malone here. Openly discussed by who? Didn't a couple months back, Dr. Malone, hasn't he done this a few times?
So Malone is
rumors
kind
out there
of been,
about Marty McCarty or something.
Yeah, I mean, but I would say I've been watching Malone because whenever he dropped something over the course of the last, say, 6 months, he kind of seemed like he was front running legitimate things. Like he would call attention to certain subjects, and lo and behold, 2 weeks, 4 weeks later, that he called it early. So up until now, I have not considered Malone to be somebody who is frivolous, I guess, with the kind of things that they're saying on X.
Yeah,
so
it seemed like he was one of their disclosure guys.
Yeah.
When something would be declassified, like I remember Lyme disease was a big one.
Yeah.
He wrote on his Substack account an expose on Lyme disease, and then shortly thereafter it was declassified that the CIA spread Lyme from C-130s back in the 60s or 70s. It seemed like Malone was kind of their disclosure back channel to the public, but it could be personal grievances. The fact that the ACIP committee got disbanded, maybe Malone just has beef and now he's a little butthurt. Or who knows? I don't know, but I'm not necessarily buying this rumor until we have, unless I see it.
Yeah.
But I'll definitely be saving this tweet throughout July. And then if it doesn't happen, I will vociferously at Malone and say, what the heck, bro?
Yeah, definitely. It's
yeah, somebody in the chat said he's controlled interference or controlled opposition. I think there's less. I do think there's controlled op folks out there amongst internet, media, government, but I think there's less controlled opposition out there and more ego. I think sometimes we confuse people just having an ego and being upset with being controlled opposition just because somebody disagrees or spreads fake rumors or something doesn't mean they're opposition. But
yeah,
I suppose it's a possibility. I don't know for sure.
I mean, at the end of the day, these are all just people that put their pants on one leg at a time, like the rest of us. So I think that's a really good point, Jordan. That ego, I'm sure, can get in the way.
Deborah says Malone's got plenty of ego. Maybe he does. You know, it seems when people get a plaque for graduating college and a little DR next to their name, seems to be an automatic injection of 50 cc's of ego in their brain. But, anyway, Senator Ron Johnson on the COVID shots, saying this is a scandal way bigger than Watergate. Media, it's past time to cover this. People died from the COVID shot because the government lied to them, yet the legacy media refuses to report on the story. Let's play this.
What does justice look like? What's next steps for you and all these families who have been affected by this?
First of all, we need to expose it. Listen, I appreciate News Nation covering this. The major networks, ABC, NBC, PBS, CNN, CBS had Major Garrett do one interview with me on their streaming service, but it is just radio silence. I mean, this is the biggest government scandal of my lifetime because people died because they weren't given this information. They were permanently disabled because the government withheld information the American people had a right to know. So I appreciate you covering this. Stay tuned. I'm not giving up on this. We're going to start interviewing these people. They better not lie to us. We're going to uncover this entire plot.
You know what's great is that Senator Bill Cassidy will not be in their next Congress.
That's right.
That's right. Our Louisiana big pharma shill doctor senator. And Ron Johnson kicking ass over here. He's probably the most anti-big pharma senator we got.
Yep. Yeah, he's really, I mean, this has kind of been his mission, hasn't it? Like for the last 4 to 6 months, it just seems like he is relentlessly pursuing this. I thought Rand Paul was doing the same, but he seems to be a little more spread out.
Yeah, I think Rand Paul's got a variety of different issues he's focusing on, but Ron Johnson's like, laser focused on this. Jessica says people were banned and shunned by family members over this too. Oh, 100%. Yep. Coerced to take it to stay at their job, or if they didn't take it, they were fired. Some people decided to get fired or just quit. You had to show your papers to go into California restaurants or movie theaters in some places.
Yeah.
And then
what a mess. I saw something the other day. They were talking about that whole time period, and they were adding up the number of people. I can't remember if we actually have it in this or not. I hope not, because then I'd be ruining it. But they were talking about the amount of people that have died from the COVID vax, and added up, it was more than World War I, World War II, Vietnam, all combined.
Yeah, I guess if we're going on the theoretical numbers based on VAERS, is that what we'd be going on?
I don't know. It was Nicholas Herschel who was discussing it. I don't know if he was using VAERS numbers.
Oh yeah, because if theoretically VAERS only reports 1%, so whatever number we have of vaccine deaths, multiply it by 100. It's very ambiguous and theoretical, but I don't know. There's a lot of guesswork to make that statement.
Well, I mean, I don't. If you talk to people though from that, and they think about that time period, I mean, I personally know at least two family members that died as a direct result, I believe, of that. That's just me. And I think people in the chat, I think they probably know. They would say they know a couple people, one or two.
Oh, for sure. It's just the thing about the COVID shot is that it was designed not to be a direct kill. It was designed to be indirect in that it would exacerbate whatever problems, whether it be cancer, or dementia, or cardiovascular heart issues, it was designed to make those worse. So
right.
It's like you can't blame one thing necessarily.
Right.
Anyway, but
yeah.
Bad,
I mean,
bad,
it's just massive, man. Like the ripple effects from that throughout society. You know, like we all lived it. So to us, you know, it's a lived experience. But when depending on who writes the history, when they look back at this time, it's going to be a significant time period. We'll say that.
Yes. Key word there. Depends on who writes the history. Which AI algorithm is going to decide that?
Yeah,
That'll
right.
And Ron Johnson here at a children health defense event. People lost their lives. Others were permanently disabled because the FDA failed to do its job. Yeah, for sure. Ooh, Latipo. Was this a recent children's health defense event?
Yeah, I believe so. There was, this was kind of speakers from this event were kind of all over X over the last couple of days.
Cool. I want to play this one. I want to see what Latipo has to say.
Fortunately, more and more people became aware of not only the fact that, you know, that we lived in a time and a country where people literally, like, someone could be completely healthy, receive an injection, drop dead the next day, and figures of authority would tell you that there's just absolutely positively no relation or no evidence that there's a relationship between the exposure and what happened to this completely healthy dude. You know, don't believe your lying eyes. And so they provided a lot of fodder, and more people became aware of this big lie and became aware of the corruption that was just an integral and apparently inseparable part of our government, our public health infrastructure. And people saw this with their own eyes, and I saw this with my own eyes, and you know, my mouth was agape. I mean, I couldn't believe all the things that I was seeing. It certainly didn't help that I had training in terms of not only as a physician, but someone with a PhD in research science. And you know, this is while I was at UCLA, and it was just obvious. I mean, these things that I was hearing my colleagues, other scientists sometimes saying and spouting, I just couldn't believe it. I mean, literally, I just couldn't believe it. It was literally like they were creating and upholding this alternate reality.
At least we got some good doctors out there, but it's amazing to me the denial people will go through. Stages of psychological grief, I guess. And then denial will be the one they just stick in because they don't want to admit they're told a lie by the system, whether it's media, academia, their whole foundation of what they think reality is built on a lie, and they don't want to admit that to themselves. So they, no, there's no relation. No, these vaccines can't be doing anything. No.
Yeah. They let one little change into their construct of how they see the world, and suddenly the whole worldview breaks down.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah,
that's why they stick so passionately in that denial, is because if they admit one thing, then they got to admit another thing. Then they got to admit, oh, maybe there were some explosives in the towers on 9/11. Then they got to admit another thing, right? And it starts unraveling, and they subconsciously know that. So they don't want to have to go down that scary path. So they just stick to their lie.
Well, that's why. So when you look at parents who have vaccinated their children and their children, you know, have been injured by those vaccines, there's like two classes. There's the parents that will own the mistake, you know, and acknowledge that they weren't given the whole truth, and they just move forward. And then there are those that they cannot accept that their children have been injured by a vaccine, because then they have to accept that they made a mistake. And so rather than saving their children going forward, they obstinately refuse to accept that they made a mistake. And the children are the ones that pay the price.
Deborah had two friends who last parents suddenly recently both had gotten the shot. Gaden, I know 30 people who died from the vax. I'm an insurance agent for Medicare, and I've lost many of my clients due to it. Ouch. I'm sorry. It's got to be rough. And then, Nate, what's this based mustache you're rocking?
Yeah.
How do I get you on screen?
I don't know.
There we go.
You know what is funny is it just hit. I was just like, I'm tired of the current thing. Let's do a new thing.
Handlebars are back, bro.
There we go.
Nice.
My daughter was stoked.
She wasn't
wife
scared?
It's got 50-50. She still gives me a kiss, so it's a pass.
Is she a pro facial hair or anti facial hair?
Yeah, no, definitely facial hair. I mean, facial hair. It's
like if you were to just shave everything and go baby face, she'd freak out.
Yeah, not so much freak out, but definitely appreciates the facial hair. I'll put it that way. It's like a push-up bra for men.
There you go. All right, next episode of RFK's podcast, we've got Ben Greenfield on, joining him to discuss biohacking, recovery, and why sunlight, movement, fresh air, and time outdoors remain some of the most powerful tools for better health. All right, let's play this clip. What are your thoughts of Ben Greenfield? Do you know much about his work?
Yeah, I used to listen to his podcast pretty regularly. Personally, I appreciate him. I think that he has a pretty based perspective. I would say probably 90% of the stuff that he talks about, it's worth listening to. How about you?
I am familiar with his name. I am not familiar with his work.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So that's why I was asking you.
Yeah.
Let's play this clip.
Now you look at all of those things, like those three examples I gave, which would be pretty common tools that would be called biohacking tools: oxygen, red light, and PEMF. They could accelerate recovery. They might help out with performance a little bit, but I think that the message that more people need to hear is the idea that a lot of these originate from natural primal practices that most people could do for free in their own backyard. Oxygen, just breathing hard, getting on a bike, going for a run, doing breath work. You can actually, move a lot of CO2 and oxygen just with that alone. Even just deep diaphragmatic breathing during the day, which a lot of people don't do. With PEMF, going outside barefoot, swimming in the ocean, walking on the beach. Every time solar radiation bombards Earth, it collects negative ions, and your skin is a transdermal surface that can actually conduct electricity into the body. So actually being outside barefoot is good for you. You don't have to have a fancy PEMF mat for that. Or of course, the biggest, most obvious one would be red light, and you get full spectrum light from the sun. Now, of course, you have to balance that out with UVA and UVB radiation and protect your skin and not burn. But what I'm getting at is that before anybody goes out and buys like a home soft shell hyperbaric chamber, or uses a PEMF mat or a PEMF tool, or buys a fancy red light bed or red light panel, I mean, go outside, get sunlight, do some breath work, or
I like that message.
Yeah.
Just the basics. I mean, there's so much we can do in just the basics, and a lot of that for free. You don't have to go out and spend hundreds of dollars on peptides or thousands of dollars on red light, PEMF machines, all this stuff that's sold to us by the influencers. Oh, you need this fancy advanced biohacking stuff. No, man, just honestly, I think most people can see better health not by adding things, but by removing things.
Ooh.
Just removing the supplements you don't really need, and the shit food, and the soda pops, and the extra beers, like the empty calories from the alcohol and all that stuff. Just go get in nature, go for a walk, go lay outside if it's sunny for a little bit, and breathe.
Yeah.
Not that difficult. It's that we always have to be like snacking on stuff and shoving our face with empty carbs or sodas or sugars. It's like we're constantly consuming or being sedentary. Like just move your body and stop putting so much in it.
Consumption has become so easy. I mean, like everything we want is at our fingertips locally or a click away from being delivered to our front door. So, yeah.
Or consuming cosmetic products too. Like how many, gosh, some people have 50 different bottles of crap in their bathroom. Like you don't need that much. Like, okay, maybe a shampoo, maybe a deodorant, and I don't know, a lotion, but a bar of soap. What else do you need?
Yeah.
You need 20 different things for your makeup and 18 different bottles of facial cleanser and toner and scrub and remover and like shit, you're putting so much stuff on your body from that.
You know what's funny? I always think this is kind of funny is that, especially, I'm sorry, I hate to say this, but women, like they're always putting the stuff on their face to help with skin and all that kind of stuff, when 90% of what they're putting on their face to try to fix all comes from with what you're consuming.
Yeah, it's a Band-Aid effect. If you're trying to fix your skin by putting like toner, cleanser, whatever on it, that's just a Band-Aid effect.
Yeah.
Most of your skin health, like you said, comes from internally. So the good fats and the good bacteria in your gut. Except yes, recent studies have shown that alcohol consumption at GARTs do not count. That is correct, which is why I only consume alcohol about once every 3 months, which is at a GART, which will happen to be in about 2 weeks at Deadwood, South Dakota, Great American Restoration Tour, June 25th to 28th. All of us will be there out in Deadwood, South Dakota. And indeed, one night there. I give myself one night every GART to have a little bit of fun. So I don't know if that will be Friday or Saturday night. We will see. But I just do it on the rocks. I'm not a beer drinker. That's a bunch of empty calories. Like if I'm going to drink alcohol, it's going to be liquor on ice.
Straight to the dome.
No, 100%. I mean, that's the healthiest way to do it. I'm not adding a mixer in it. I don't mix it with soda or any sugary drink. And I want the least amount of liquid to get me drunk as possible. And I don't think they make Bacardi 151 anymore. Not that I would ever drink that straight, but yeah. Whiskey on the rocks. Boom. Give me like 2 of them and I'm good. I'm a lightweight. I'm great. It's awesome. So
there we go.
If you're gonna drink, try at least try to make that healthy, as healthy as possible. Like I'm either a gin tonic guy or a whiskey on the rocks guy.
It's like drinking pine trees and gin and tonic.
And then Ben Greenfield mentioned sunscreen.
He didn't mention sunscreen, did he? He just said don't burn.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Manage UVA, UVB.
Yeah, I'm frankly like you need some UV radiation for the vitamin D, but I
don't mind a good sunburn. Give me
I don't mind a little bit of a burn, like get the base layer on. But I think the most important thing is that a burn is a sign of oxidation. And you can combat oxidation by simply eating antioxidants. Like, what a concept.
Wait, so you're saying by consuming antioxidants, you could potentially reduce the effects of a sunburn?
Well, yeah. Maybe I am. Savor the sunburn. Yeah, we're so terrified by the media and the medical establishment. Oh God, you're going to get skin cancer if you dare let the sun on you.
Yeah, sponsored by your local pharmaceutical company.
Sponsored by freaking Johnson & Johnson and L'Oreal. I don't know. What's the name of a big box lotion brand? Neutrogena or L'Oreal or whatever. Yeah, sponsored by them. But
yeah,
like sunburns aren't that big of a deal. If you're outside all the time, like you have a construction job or you're pale as a ghost and you have to go be outside for 8 hours, okay, then I would understand a little bit of sunscreen. But I mean, gosh, most sunscreens are just trash. Now, the FDA, I mean, like Banana Boat here. Banana Boat is just full of poison. And what's the other popular sunscreen brand?
I can see their label.
I don't know. I don't buy them. But Banana Boat's one. They're just full of poison. So much poison. The FDA okays the first new sunscreen ingredient in more than 25 years. That was news on Tuesday. It is made it's made by a Dutch manufacturer, so this is an ingredient that has long been used in Europe and other parts of the world. It's just never been used in the US. Copper tone, that was it. Or Hawaiian tropic.
Chat's throwing out, just wear a hat.
Right, just wear a hat. But you're not going to get vitamin D from having a hat on. But anyway, this new ingredient is called Bimatrazanol. Bimatrazanol. Call it BMOT. It's been used in Europe for a long time, just never used in the US. And there's apparently studies that show it is not estrogenic. It is an organic sunscreen. It's an organic compound added to sunscreens to absorb UV rays. Broad spectrum.
So it's not making the frogs gay.
Yeah. It will not be making the frogs gay. Or the turtles at the beach. So that's cool, but it's going to be sold under a brand name. It's going to be launched later in the year, and then after a year and a half, it'll be available for use by other manufacturers. So still a while for it to come out. But if you don't want to wait that long, go check out Jessica's tallow over here.
Boom. Mic drop.
All good. Promo code. I think the promo code is Badlands. I don't know. This wasn't on the ad run sheet. I'm just throwing it in here because her product fits. But yeah, you can do your zinc oxide based sunscreens, or I guess apparently soon we'll have BMOT. But just don't buy Copper Tone or Banana Boat.
Dude, you know what? Actually, now that you mentioned that, I don't remember the last time I bought a what do you call that type of item? Sunscreen, soap, anything from like a local supermarket. I can't remember the last time that I did it. It has to be 20 plus years now.
Yeah. I have a pretty regimented like sunning program. So as soon as like late April comes around and the sunny days start, the UV index starts getting up to about 6 or 7, I'll sit outside for a few days and I'll get myself a bit of a tan by like early mid-May. And then over the course of the summer, I'll sit outside maybe once a week for 20, 30 minutes just to kind of maintain that tan. But I don't get sunburns. It's because I do that. Plus vitamin D, plus it's kind of good, relaxing meditation. But
yeah,
get outside, lay on the grass, touch grass, as they say.
Yeah, there's a whole lot more to that statement than meets the ears.
Yep, just got to do it. I mean, it's not being healthy is not that tough. It's not that tough. It just requires, it is tough. The discipline is tough, but we all know what to do. The information is basic.
Mm-hmm.
you've got these biohackers and these social media influencers, the evidence-based bros, and they try to get so scientific, like here's all the statistics and the data on why this diet's better, and you got to do this and take your cold plunges and all that. I think they get so caught up with information saturation, with the analysis by paralysis, that they end up becoming neurotic and actually less healthy. Like, what's his face? Brian Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sure, his metabolic numbers is blah, 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 but he does not look healthy. He doesn't seem healthy. His brain seems messed up.
Okay, hang on. I want you to rant on this for a second, because we just got a comment from Ray Carr. Being healthy.
Is this one?
Genetic. Yeah. Can you rant on that?
I don't even need to rant on it. Yeah, being healthy is genetic, but your behavior, your actions influence your genetics. What a concept. It's your genetic expression. It's the idea of epigenetics. So, the toxins, the poisons that are getting into your body, that's influencing how your genes express themselves. And not just that, but it's going to influence, you pass that genetic expression onto your kids, it's going to influence how their genes express themselves. So, yeah, disease is genetic, but you can change those genes, or you can change how those genes express themselves. So
you can write your own destiny.
Yeah, exactly. And
but you know what's funny about that, though, is that, like, today we know that's true.
Yeah.
20 years ago, though, doctors in the medical system had almost everybody convinced that their genes was like, that was the story of their life. Oh,
yeah, like you were a slave to them.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, like you're a slave to them. But now we know that our genes are a slave to us. But yeah, it's purely your behavior. And like I was saying, it's like, we know that, where was I going with that? Okay, so you got all the evidence-based science heads out there, like, oh, they're researching all this data on how to be healthy. And I think it's in fact making them less healthy, because then they get all this contradicting data and they start arguing and they don't really know what to do. But if you just keep it simple, keep it simple, stupid, bring it back to basics, do the simple things, and actually truly being healthy requires just saying no and not doing stuff more than adding in fancy supplements or adding in all these fancy diets or anything. The healthiest diet I found, the diets I feel the best on, the most simple things, like my Kansas sardines, cottage cheese and pineapple, throw a few vegetables in the juicer, and eat some ground beef and over easy eggs at night. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, single ingredient. That's what I think the new Eat Real Food slogan is. Yeah, I don't think you could get much better than that for a simple slogan to really have an impact.
Tamarac's here. Love the phrase, your genes load the gun, but your lifestyle pulls the trigger.
Like it.
What's it loaded with? That's my favorite. My favorite new dinner is just ground beef with like 3 over easy eggs over about a half a pound of ground beef. And then you cut the yolk, and then the yolk gets into the ground beef, crumbles. That's it. Oh my God. I love it.
Yeah.
It's like dog food, but it's human dog food. Like kibble. What do they call that? Man kibble?
Yeah, that works.
Like a new trend. It's a new terminology for that. Bro kibble.
That's actually what I had for lunch. Not gonna lie.
It's so simple, easy. You don't need big fancy dinners with all the sides and fixins and all that.
Yeah, I think last night I had a carrot and some hummus for dinner. Just keep it simple. No need to complicate it.
Are you vegan now?
No, man. Oh my God, I can't eat a carrot and hummus without getting crap.
We got a handlebar mustache, so I don't know. You seem to be making a lot of changes to your life. Maybe you're vegan now.
That's not.
I'm gonna start questioning your sexuality soon. Handlebar mustache and carrot and hummus at night. What the fuck, Nate?
Oh my god. Hey man, I enjoy a good pound of burger or steak.
Sure, you do enjoy
I
a good
eat bacon.
pound.
Good God, I can't.
Sorry.
You're just jealous of the stash.
Speaking of which, let's get into our ad break. Benson Honey Farms, where every jar is pure gold. Benson's Honey is excited to be back on Badlands Media with their honey harvest straight from their Nebraska farm. While they've been busy working to improve their state politics from the ground up, they've never forgot the importance of sharing the best honey around. Did you know honey isn't just a sweet treat, it's nature's medicine. Perfect for alleviating allergies, soothing upset stomachs, or as a delicious natural sweetener for baking. Benson Honey is never heated, ensuring you receive it in its pure raw form, full of natural goodness. At Benson Honey Farms, quality and purity is top priority, and they're committed to providing the finest honey from hive to home. Visit badlandsmedia.tv/honey and use promo code Badlands for 20% off of your purchase. That's badlandsmedia.tv/honey, promo code Badlands. Then we got Rattlesnake Meats. You've been sold a lie that food should be cheap, that grocery store chicken and beef are fine, but they're really not. At Rattlesnake, they raise protein the right way, pasture-raised 21-day aged beef, and premium pasture-raised chicken with no subsidies and no shortcuts. It's not cheap to produce. It shouldn't be cheap to eat. Bite back. Think differently about your protein. Visit rattlesnakemeats.com/Badlands, promo code Badlands, and get an order sent Monday or Tuesday. Ships to all lower 48 states. Shipping is included. rattlesnakemeats.com/Badlands, promo code Badlands. I need to get some of their meat. I do.
Yeah. Yeah, man. There you go. Get some of their steaks, burger, some raw honey. All you need now is a couple of chickens.
How many chickens you got?
I don't know, like 50 something. We just got rid of, we had about 20 baby chicks that showed up early this spring. So we finally just got rid of those. So yeah, we're at the point now where we just, every year we get, I don't know, 20 to 40 baby chicks. So we can decide if we want to bring in some new ones or not.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep. We have one rooster that I'm pretty sure all of my neighbors probably hate. I'm pretty sure that he will be going to the chopping block very soon.
Is he just loud?
Soon. All the time. Yeah. Like 5 o'clock in the morning, he starts going and he'll just stand there in one place until he sees a pretty lady that he wants to chase. And then he'll go do his business and sit there and do the same thing all over again.
I don't blame him. I wish that worked for me, but.
Well, just walk out your front door and give it a shot. Let me know how it goes.
I was cleaning out the garage the other day and I found a megaphone. Maybe I'll use that. Screwworm. You got any screwworm problems in Montana?
No, not yet. Give it 5 years though, we might.
Yeah, I guess they're importing this over the border.
Yeah, those damn screwworms, they should pay attention to what borders they're crossing.
USDA Secretary Brooke Rollins, we're fighting the New World screwworm threat. We've pushed NWS, I guess that's what they're calling it now. New World screwworm. Is that like a coded message at the New World Order?
I don't know, man. I was just like, I could see like naming some of the WEF heads, like New World Screwworm.
New World Screwworm. We pushed NWS out of the U.S. in 1966, but for the first time in the modern area, we have cases in Texas again. Modern era? Did she mean era?
I think so.
She did. This is a direct result of the Darien Gap being breached in 2022, open border policies of Biden-Harris that allowed it to surge through Central America and hit Mexico in 2024. Bunch of policies to fight Fight the worms.
Yeah, NWS, that sounds like something that Ice Cube would have rapped about in 1998.
It's like, did you ever see that movie Tremors?
What did I? Oh, come on. That's like a top 10, dude. Yes.
Makes me think
Kevin
of
Bacon.
Tremors. Like the screwworms coming up under the border.
Ooh.
Shoot him with
Yeah.
the elephant gun.
That's right. Tremendous movie.
God, I haven't seen that movie in decades.
I just watched it with my kids. It's like the third time now. They love it.
Is it like a PG-13 movie? I forget. It's been so long.
Yeah, I think it's probably a PG-13. I mean, compared to the stuff that's coming out today, it wasn't bad at all. Not bad at all.
More on Screwworm. Arizona rancher Casey Murph on Screwworm. He's saying ivermectin will kill it immediately.
Yeah, these last two, what they're basically saying is that it's not going to ruin the beef that you eat, and yeah, it's a nuisance, but it's like they can handle it. We've seen it before. We'll do it again.
You gonna grow a stash like that?
Nah, I mean maybe when I'm his age, yeah, why not?
Pretty epic one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's carrying yesterday's breakfast and at least 3 sips of coffee in there.
There might be a couple screwworms in that beard. And back in February, the FDA issued an emergency use authorization for over-the-counter injectable drug to prevent New World screwworm. Would you look at that?
What do you know? I was reading there was another emergency use for another drug for cats and dogs. And they said that the chance of cats and dogs getting screwworm is very, very limited. But if they are affected, there's something out there. I can't remember what the drug's name was.
Yeah.
I'd never heard of it before.
Speaking of ivermectin, the Journal of the American Medical Association reported that ivermectin and mebendazole use in cancer patients has skyrocketed. Pretty neat. And the first clinical report shows an 84% positive impact. Cancers held stable or improved when the combination was added to traditional care. So, important statement there. They using the ivermectin and mebendazole. They weren't doing it alone. They added it in with their chemo or radiation, but it did assist with the cancer eradication doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let's see. What else we got here? Just a few final, I guess, posts that RFK made this week that we'll highlight. Dr. Oz and RFK talking about the, what would we call this? Secrecy of medical bills.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to change the fact though. If a couple goes in and wife is giving birth, like they still have to pay those insane fees. A family member of mine they had a son and went through all the stuff, and dude, the bills, they're not rich, but they're outside of the zone where they get taken care of, and the bills that they have gotten are for their lifestyle catastrophic. We'll say that. It's insane.
For having a kid?
Yeah, for having a kid, and he had a few medical issues, that had to be sorted out. Nothing big, nothing like surgery or anything like that.
Well, I mean, what is the markup just in the general industry, whether it's a medical device or a pharmaceutical? Just the markup on products is insane, like thousands of %.
Yeah.
And then what they charge for labor and how much of that money is just going to admin costs of, bureaucrats sitting in the office. We all know. We're all pissed about it.
Yeah.
I need to get into that. But that's cool. RFK and Dr. Oz fighting medical bill secrecy, enforcing hospital price transparency. That's good.
Yep.
RFK announces major nutrition science reforms. Today represents one of the most important course corrections in modern American medicine. For the first time, nutrition science will have a meaningful presence across all 3 steps of the U.S. medical licensing examination. Approximately 15% of content across the exam will access nutrition science and its clinical application.
And another thing I saw, I don't know if we're going to be covering it, but it seems like for all continuing education, it's going to be the same type of setup. So for doctors who graduated before there was anything focused on nutrition, they will now be exposed to that in CE classes.
I like this. There should be a max markup for life essential things. Yeah, so if you get bit by a rattlesnake and need something for that, or
insulin
allergic reaction, need an EpiPen, or whatever the case.
Yep. I agree.
Agree on that one too. 100,000% markup on elective bottom surgery.
Huh?
Trans surgery, transgender surgery.
Okay.
100,000% markup. Make it cost $10 million.
Yeah. Okay. I agree with that one.
You're sitting there, Nate, like, what the hell did you just say?
I was computing. My brain was processing.
You don't deal with much of that in Montana, but I was living in Washington for a brief period, so sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean, like
had some of that around.
I bet. I believe it. I know there was one dude down at Walmart that was confused. We'll say that.
He probably just caught the wrong bus and came from California or something.
I think so. Yeah, we got a few of those. My kids
Was
are
it
walking.
Bozeman? He must have been in Bozeman.
Yeah, he's either from Bozeman or Missoula, one of the two.
Let's see. A new study shows eating ultra-processed food is correlated with nearly 60% higher risk of dementia.
No shit. Yeah, don't say.
That's a no shit Sherlock.
So if I eat SpaghettiOs for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, my brain isn't going to work as good.
A new study finds eating ultra-processed foods can increase your risk of dementia by nearly 60%. The research is fueling the number of Americans embracing the Trump administration's MAHA agenda. Major companies like Aldi, Hershey, Pepsi, and Coke are jumping on board.
How the fuck are they jumping? Sorry, excuse the language. How are they jumping on board with this? Coca-Cola literally makes a sugar drink.
That's why I read that, and that was my exact thought. Like, is Coca-Cola just going to delete their own company?
Yeah, that would be the best thing they could do for the MAHA agenda. Just erase yourself.
Yeah, I understand. They know the writing's on the wall, so they're like, oh crap, we have to act like we're doing something. But no, this is why Coke is buying up
Odwalla.
Pepsi bought Naked Juice. They're buying up the natural food brands.
Right.
But
because public's waking up. That's funny. Major companies, Hershey's, what 95% of the stuff they make is corn syrup laden fake.
Yeah, and I was reading some point last week that there's a big cocoa shortage. Cocoa is very difficult to grow, or cacao. Cacao is very difficult to grow, and it's becoming so high in demand that some companies are looking at making a genetically engineered cacao plant.
Dude.
So chocolate might get expensive.
That sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, like Earth 2032. the chocolate plant was reserved for the elite only.
Sounds like Idiocracy.
Yeah.
So they get like GMO chocolate. And everybody has their own little GMO chocolate plant in their kitchen. That
Oh man.
Last thing here, this post from Carnivore Aurelius. You threw it in the show notes, so
yeah. Yeah.
The CDC just mapped which states have the highest rates of cancer in the US. Statistic from 9 years ago, but still very relevant. Look at what area has the highest cancer rates.
Yeah. What do they have in common?
Highest glyphosate use. Pesticides.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So
it could be all the chicken and waffles too. Just saying.
Top 500 counties in pesticide use. Right there. Right through the breadbasket. Bill Gates, the idea of switching to lab-made fats and oils may seem strange at first, but their potential to significantly reduce our carbon footprint is immense.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about this. I'm pretty sure I feel like no thank you. A pass.
I can't believe it's not butter turns into I can't believe I now have cancer.
Why did my ass grow 3 sizes this day? Yeah.
Too much.
Not bad.
This clown and his carbon footprint. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, if Bill Gates puts money into it, don't do it. Top health advice right there.
Yeah. I mean, and his computers suck. Just saying.
They do.
Goddamn subscription model. You want to get me fired up.
My dad can't find his favorite hot cocoa mix for the last month or so. Cocoa shortage and a sardine shortage.
What's this world? Oh, dude, coffee's probably next. I don't even want to think about that, but
yeah, I don't know. There's so many coffee drinkers out there, but I think coffee grows faster and easier than cacao.
Can you grow cacao in Montana?
I'm going to say if you had a big greenhouse with a lot of humidity and a very warm temperature in that greenhouse, maybe. But it would probably cost a lot of money to maintain the warmth and humidity of that greenhouse.
Yeah. That chocolate would keep me happy, though.
They are making these big data centers. Why not make really big greenhouses? Right?
Yeah.
That's an idea.
If plants had computing power, they probably would.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of talk about cocaine in the chat. What's going on here?
We're talking about Coca-Cola, and then people were mentioning.
Oh, is that where that came from?
The Coca.
Ah, yes. Yes. If there's a coffee shortage, then Flow Blend sales will increase. Hey, you know what? You really look at the bright side. Cyber, thank you. I appreciate that. That's good. That is good.
Coca-Cola is a medicine, probably. Statins do play a huge part in dementia, yes. And heart disease, heart failure. Really, it's heart failure. Statins aren't statins the most prescribed drug out of all of them? I think they are.
I think it was, yeah.
I think
it was like an insane number. And we wonder why dementia and Alzheimer's is like at an all-time high. Let's just cut all the cholesterol right out of your brain.
Cool. All right, guys. Any last questions, comments, complaints? Drop them in the chat. You got any Flow Blend news?
I mean, first I would say, if they have complaints, keep it to yourself. Flow Blend. Yeah, no.
Coupon code or anything?
Yeah, Badlands. Use the coupon code Badlands for 20% off.
Cool. What's that website? Drop it in the chat.
Oh yeah, I will drop it. Flowblend.com
for 20% off. For your lip pillows. Nate's company there. And then over at consciousstrength.net, code Badlands for 10% off. And good news is everything's in stock now. So Myco coffees are in. The electrolytes were back ordered for like a week and a half. Got those in. Everything's in stock. Good to go. Ready to go. I have a blue-green sale going on for the next couple of days left on it. If you get a greens powder, you can get a methylene blue for 50% off.
Oh, dang.
So buy one, get one half off. Blue-green sale. Amazing. No code needed. Automatically applies. And then my creatine will be in like 2 weeks.
Nice.
So creatine on the way. And then I've got some medicinal mushrooms on the way too. Lion's mane and cordyceps. But those will be here end of July.
Is that like a functional powder, or how does that?
Tincture. I got tincture.
Oh,
Tincture's
super
on the way.
Okay. Ray Carr, does methylene blue actually help? Somebody please answer. Methylene blue, I only have a few things that I take on a regular basis, and methylene blue has been in my lineup for the last 2.5 years, 3 years.
Do you take it every day?
No, definitely not. I mean, I have in the past. I've tried it, and it didn't seem to. I feel like it was not as helpful. So it's like once or twice a week is where I'm at now.
What is in the vitamin C? We've got amlaberry, acerola cherry, rose hips, goldenrod, and hibiscus and stinging nettle. So food-based vitamin C there.
That is so awesome.
Tastes pretty good too. Cool. All right, guys. That's all for today. We will see you. We'll see you next Friday. Yes, we'll see you next Friday. No, you'll be busy next week, I think, right, Nate?
Yeah, I am out. I won't be here next week. So unless we can figure out how to record early.
Okay, so we might have to do a pre-recorded show next week because Nate's got plans, and the week after that we have Gart. So for the next 2 weeks, we'll see. We'll definitely be doing a show next Friday. We're just gonna have to figure out what it's gonna be on, or pre-record. But we'll see you next week, guys.
Adios.
Adios.
Thank you so much for joining us, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up on this video. And a special thank you to all of our advertising partners. Please remember to shift your dollars to support those businesses that support Badlands Media.